Hello everyone, this is Diane with the next video in the Little Women journals. I made the covers in the last video. I'm not quite done with them, and I only have one over here with me, the other one's still sitting at my sewing machine. But yeah, I'm just going to do some more embellishing, but for now the covers are as far along as I want them to be. And I have my papers selected and cut. Whoops, I'm sorry. And I used graphic 45 papers, of course. These are the set with more of the images. And I've got the stationery, the penmanship paper, the music manuscript, wrapping paper, and various dyed papers. I cut the images, the cards from the graphic 45. I have those cut, and I cut all of my cards from Mrs. Coggs. I got two sets. She has two Little Women sets. One is cards with these kinds of images, and the other one she calls journal cards. And she took her own images and some script from the book and made cards and printed them out. So I have these two sets all cut. And then I just went in my office where my Big Shot is, and I cut out some tags and these little scalloped images, or not images, but rectangles, and pockets. So I'm going to do a little work on them. I received the Little Women papers from graphic 45 from my friend Jeannie, and so the pages are cut from the one pad of paper with the images, like I said, and then she sent me this one that's patterns and solids. So I'm using those pieces for pockets and ephemera. So there are several different, I think there's 4 different designs, and each design comes in 2 colors. There are 2 of each color. So this particular paper is in there twice. So I just pulled one of each out of the book. So here's this design, and it comes in blue and green. This design comes in black and this rust color. This pretty floral. I left one behind when I went in my office. It comes in the rust and the black and cream. And then the cameo one comes in green and blue. So I used some of those pieces to cut some of the things that I cut in my office. So I'm not going to do anything with these at the moment. I'm hoping to use them with some of the journaling cards. I will put the tags together now, and I also have to cut the pockets. Those are just scrap pieces. So I used my dies to just cut the top of the pocket, and then I moved the die down and cut again, so I'm going to have to trim these all to size. So that's what I'm going to work on first, and then hopefully I'll get time to embellish some of this stuff. So I just looked for some cardstock that matched the printed papers, and I had an orangey color that went well with that, but I didn't think I wanted that color. And there is this pretty yellowy color on the papers, so I went with that here. So this is a die set that I have that I got from Amazon a while ago, and it cuts out the tag, which you could use as it is, and then it has at least 5, I think it's 5 of these different additions that you can add, and it makes a really nice embellishment to the tag. Also gives it a nice reinforcement at the hole to have an extra layer there. I cut 2 of each color because I'm doing 2 books. Another thing I thought of was there is a storyline in the book where I believe it's Meg and Joe go to a a dance or something, and one of them soils their glove, probably Joe, and the other one shares her pair of gloves. So they each have one glove, and trying to hide the other hand or something like that. So I thought about this beautiful pair of white, very thin leather gloves that came in that one of those glove boxes that I got a week or so ago. And I thought I could put one glove in each journal, because Meg and Joe shared their pair, so these journals can share a pair. So I'm not sure if they'll go in there, but it's a possibility. The other gloves, I got like 4 or 5 pairs of gloves in the 2 glove boxes. The rest of them are black. And I just love those white ones that are such a thin, soft leather. Doesn't that make a cute tag? And then I can do other embellishments on it. And let's see, those two are the same shape. This one is different, only that it's straight across instead of curved, and this one is different. It's got a fancier bottom cut on it. I don't know about you, but I just like variety, which is what makes junk journals so fun. Well, it's one of the things that makes junk journals so fun. You can have lots and lots of variety in a junk journal. And that is another one. I think there's one shape I didn't use. I'm using my art glitter glue because it doesn't squirt out. It doesn't seep out when I put it down. I don't know. I think it might have been better to use that just because I'm covering a large area, and this is a very fine tip, and this glue costs more. So, but I just didn't feel like dealing with the squish, especially with that hole there. Okay, I've got tags. Let me just see what I have here that might be good to put on the tags. This is most of the Graphic 45 ones are too big, but there are 2 pages of these in the Graphic 45 set, so if there is one, oh, I guess I cut that from Mrs. Coggs. I just cut that yesterday, and I cut the rest today. Yeah, I only printed the Mrs. Coggs once. The 2, each set I cut once, but I can always cut more if I want to. There are some small images I can use, and I could put other scrapbook papers or little trims or fabrics. Sorry. So I'll do some embellishing on them, but first I want to cut these pockets. So the die doesn't cut the whole pocket, it just cuts this part. I cut my page 6 inches because, actually that's a little bit long, because wide, because the pages, it won't go on this page, that's too much going on. It could go on something like that. The pages themselves are 6 inches, so I should have cut them a little bit narrower. So I'm going to just trim this part off. So what I was saying, I got mixed up, sorry. I cut my page 6 inches because the pocket, this die is 6 inches wide, but it also has notches so that you can do it at different increments. So there's 3 different widths you can use, and line those notches up at the edge to make sure that the notch is centered. But I did 6 inches because it's a big book. So I cut it here at the very top of the page, and then I just slid the die down the page and did it here. So now I just need to cut that straight and then cut that to whatever height I want. And it's a tall book. So I think I'm gonna just cut it off wherever that is and make it a nice tall pocket. And it looks like it's about 4.5. So if I left enough space, I can cut them all 4.5. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off each side so they fit better on the page. And that is just about perfect. I don't want them too close to the edge. And then I have this little scrap. That one can't be quite 4.5 inches, but it's close. It's wouldn't even be noticeable how much shorter than that it is. So I didn't want the pockets to be as narrow as the next increment on the die, so this is the best way to do it, is to cut it at the 6 inches and then just trim a little bit off each end. At least that's the best way I can think to do it, so that your notch is centered. And sometimes I save these pieces for tabs. Okay, now I have 6 pockets and 6 tags. I could take these little pieces that I cut and layer them with one of the images. She says, tell about the party. I think the 2 younger girls are talking to the older sisters because they were too young to go to the party with the glove incident. I might have to print the Mrs. Coggs things twice. And I'll have to cut some more of these, probably. I just kind of wanted to get started on here. This is a week that I've been having a hard time getting anything really done in here. I had the boys 2 days, but they don't have school right now. I only had Teddy today because Adam's 16. He can stay home, so he won't be here every day, but we don't want him home alone too much. So, and he likes to come over here. So anyway, my son came and got Teddy today after lunch so that he could play with Layla. So, but it's already almost 4:30. I'm looking for ink. I'll do that later. I just kind of want to line things up and choose some trims or something that I can add. I've got little scraps here. Could put something like that there. Got my little glove box. I will be doing sewing, so these won't be completed in this video. Oh, that's pretty. With the blues. Maybe I just want to add this little blue, thin blue lace, and maybe one of these sections. So something like that. I would sew these pieces down and then sew the pocket to a page. Set these aside. These are already collaged, so I don't know if I want to just use them to tuck into pockets, or, I mean, you could journal on it right there on this pocket. I think the pictures of Louisa May Alcott and Katharine Hepburn as she plays Jo, I think I'll just use those to tuck into pockets. I'd rather use the images of the characters where you can see them. I love that image. I think that's my favorite. It's the one that's featured here, but the colors are brighter. They graphic 45'd the colors in that one. I believe this is a vintage book cover image. I'm just picking out the images that would be small enough to put on the pockets, and there aren't very many. I think this one's even too tall, unless I cut the quote off, which I don't want to. So I'm down to these 3, and I don't know if I want, I guess I could use that. And then I don't have anything for those pockets, or tags. Alright, let's just focus on what we're doing here. This didn't get cut all the way. I was just looking for something I could cut a little decorative piece of the lace from. I don't know if this would work. That's Marmee in that picture. So I could do something like that for those. Then I have 2 black pockets. That would look nice on the black. If I had something else for the background. That's just the back side of that one. So since I have a title page there, maybe I could use the image of Louisa. Let's see. I would trim that down more. Just trying to see what works. I'm going to sew it. I'll just glue it in the center for now. little too short. Ooh, that might be pretty with a ribbon woven through it. Oh, sorry about the noise. I pulled my ribbon box down from my top shelf and there goes the other one. I have 2 bottles of my spare bottles of Fabri-Tac. And I knocked one down and the other one followed. Sorry about that. Alright, what kind of color ribbon do I want to use? Maybe that one. This is a vintage ribbon that I got at a flea market. I think it's the right size to go through that beading. Might be just a tad too wide. I think that'll work. It doesn't look too bunched. So I will thread this all the way through, and you won't have to watch me do it all. Oh my goodness. Just wanted to do one more to get a better idea. It keeps popping out. I think that brightens up the black background and kind of accents this rust color behind it. So I think that's going to look nice. Which is the straight edge. I didn't use a paper trimmer to cut these pieces that I was die cutting, so the scraps have edges that aren't straight. I just cut them quickly with my scissors so they would fit on the cutting platform. Now I think that cardstock I'm using might be too dark on that black. Maybe I should use that color. But I don't have any in here. I'll have to go get some, but not right now. So let's just pretend we're using this color behind. I go through my scrap container first. If I can't find anything suitable, I can get out bigger pieces and use. Look at that one. I'll get that out just in case I use it somewhere in the journal. I think I'm going to have to wait until I get something else, something from a bigger piece. I like to use my scraps, but I want it to look the way I want it to look. So this one is a work in progress. We're going to have to work on that a little bit more. What shall I do with these? Oh, I think maybe, no, I can't. I was thinking of a piece of book text, but I would have, it would be so narrow, I'd have to keep cutting little pieces. I don't want to do that. So, let's see, I guess for two of them I can do this, similar to what I've done over there. Maybe add little pieces of fabric or lace. But I don't know what to do with these. I'll find something else to embellish these. And I have this piece of gift wrap. It's either gift wrap or it might be drawer liner. I got it at a flea market, and the lady that sold it to me said it was being used as a drawer liner. I had fresh new stuff, but I guess she found it all folded up in the bottom of the drawer. But anyway, I thought I could make a little booklet out of that. Well, I'm going to put my pages in order. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So I'll get 2 of these in each signature. I have 3 of the lacy coffee dyed, and then 3 of assorted dyed papers. The gift wrap, manuscript, and handwriting paper and stationery. Okay, we'll start with this one. Most of the papers are plain to write on, so I have to stagger the colored papers. Get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't stagger my colored papers, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thought I had 9. Well, I can put something else in here. I'll find another paper to put in here. It might change. Well, I think I'm running out of things to do until I go to my sewing machine and take care of those items. And it's getting late in the day, and I wanted to get some stuff done in here. So, let me look at these. I want to look at these. In the one journal that's going to go to Hani, or Hana, I want to, I have to make pockets big enough for these dolls. But these won't be going, these are only in the one journal. So those are going to be different pockets from the other journal. But these, let me see. I don't want to mix these up so that one book gets two of the same image. Where's this one? There it is. Okay. I'm going to paper clip these together, and I won't put them, I'll put all of these in one book and then put all of these in the other book just so they don't get mixed up. Does that make sense? Alright. So, some of these can be pockets. I will have one pocket in each signature that we've already been working on that I cut with the Big Shot. This looks like a front and back book cover, but I think I just want to use them as individual cards. And then of course these are pages from the book. At least these are. Anyway. Alright. Well, look at all these pretty images. This one I could put a pocket on. Or a tuck spot like that. Or a pocket here. Put some lace on it. So I'll do that in each signature. I like that on this page. On this one, I don't want to do anything except add some lace to the edge, but I could add something here. Same with this one. I don't want to cover that up, but I could add something there. Might look pretty as a little pocket for that tag. Possibility. And, oh, I know. One of the books, Connie's book, is going to have extra, it's going to have these pages from the book that she sent me. I might be able to put book pages in both. That's where the 9th page was. So I just took these pages from the book that she sent. And if I can find 6 nice pages, I know I had 3 for this one. So if I can't find another 3 for this, I will use just some other pretty paper to put in this and give it 9 pages per signature. And I have all of these stickers to use. There are 2 sheets of stickers, so each book can have a whole set of stickers that I can put on the pages. So that's fun. And I could use them to add to pockets and tags too, for some of the embellishing that I wanted on some of these. I can use some of these things. Yeah, I forgot about these. Okay, all right, we're in good shape. I think I'm just gonna stop messing around now, and hopefully I can come in here fresh tomorrow morning and really get some stuff done. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you were crafting along with me, and I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.